Module 6, offer value, the cliffhanger method. So we're all familiar with like how Hollywood does the whole like cliffhanger to get you to watch the next episode, the next movie, whatever it is, right? You can ask anyone what a cliffhanger is and they will give you the exact definition. But the crazy thing about this is that it's not only applicable in movies, it's also applicable in conversation. So the concept here of setting the appointment is not only to give them a time to show up, but also to give them value that you can leave them on a cliffhanger and have them wanting more so that they feel like they should actually show up. So in this situation, we want to give them enough to watch the movie per se, but not enough to where they don't feel like they need to see the movie anymore because we gave too much away. We don't want to start throwing out quotes. We don't want to start giving them too much information and then end up, blowing all of the ammo that we have for us to be able to go through that. So here's the cliffhanger formula. Highlight issue, negative outcome, reason for convo equals a show up, somebody who's going to actually come to the appointment. So an example of that would be like, hey, so I got this form that you filled out here, and it looks like you were looking to protect your wife from potentially having to, cover the mortgage if you were to pass away. Is that correct? Yes. Gotcha. So what we will do is we'll actually look at some of the programs that are available in your area just to see if you even qualify for this kind of thing. And then what we can do is talk about any possible next steps that you might be able to take advantage of. Sound fair enough? Yes. Perfect. Well, let me see if I have any time available in my schedule in the next week or so. Give me one moment. And we pull up our calendar and set the appointment. But you can see how this is helpful for the prospect because they see the issue, they realize that there's a negative outcome, and then they have a reason to talk to you, which means that they're going to show up to the appointment. And one of the things that I like to do here is, and I put a little quote here at the bottom, I'll read it off for you. So, and John, in the event that you weren't eligible for any of the programs that are in your area, how would that affect your wife? What would that look like for her? And I might even dive deeper. Would she lose the house? Would she have to sell some of the furniture? How would that affect her? You know what I mean? And we can go from there. So once I've started that, now here we are, cliffhanger, right? Now we've got them interested. Here's a few don'ts, things that you should never do. The goal is to get them to show up to the freaking appointment with this method. So you don't want to give away quotes. You don't want to tell them that you can get the best rates and get them covered no matter what. This is the biggest one that I see. If you are talking to them and saying, yeah, no, I've got all these companies, I can get you approved 100%, no questions asked, regardless of what you got going on. Why am I going to show up, dude? It's like, I know you can get me approved. And if you did the first one, which would be even worse, and you combine the two, and you give them a quote and you told them that you could get them signed up, now they're not showing up at all, period. And so you don't want to turn this, the last don't is don't turn this into a huge conversation. What we don't want to do is end up making them think that they already got everything that they needed from us and don't need to move forward.